Hey, look what I found in the trash. Who would throw them away?
Yeah.
This is that Where My Pain music. Not just bars, this is breath behind the walls. We ain't just doing time, we finding diamonds in it. You ever see gold in a garbage heap? Watch this. Yeah, boxed in 4 walls like a padded cell. Clocks broke, no tick, just the sound of hell. Name stripped, now he's just ink on a page. But behind those eyes was a caged up sage. Just a stare, but I saw that fire flick. Buried under numbers, beaten like a drumstick. World wrote him off like a glitch in the code. But I saw a diamond that still glowed bold.
Look what I found in the trash today. Who would throw him away? Throw him away. Hidden treasures that the world dismayed. Buried talents rising out of decay.
Alright guys, welcome to the Where My Pain podcast. Look what I found in the trash, where we find and discover the hidden treasures and people we throw away. I am your host, Terry Brown. I am a father, husband, brother, and son. Published, author, and confined crusader. Confined because we are here on location at the state prison that is holding us against our will. However, we are making the best out of every situation behind these bars, within these cells, and on these yards. Today I have a great and important special guest. It is my brother, Flo, the man. Flo, how you doing today?
Right on, my man. I appreciate that introduction. I'm excited to be here. I know what this means, not only to you, but to the community. So I'm anxious and ready to, chime in, my brother.
All right, man. Okay, listen. Here, usually I am the one that is asking all the questions and just bringing it up. But let me just say this. Well, let's start by this. How was your day today?
It's been an interesting day, man. There's a lot going on the inside, It's just kind of the nature of the beast. Found out that the facility's closing, so there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of uncertainty, so you can feel it. It's palpable.
I think even with the facility closing, everybody's kind of on at ends. There's so much worry, so much fear. You just don't know what's going to happen. We live in a place of uncertainty. How do we deal with that?
That's a great question, but I thought I was going to interview
you,
my brother.
True.
You just look at you just trying to hijack, going to move. So listen, this brother is very special. I know what he's doing for the community and how he represents for them, but I said somebody should represent for him.
Okay.
Let me get into the driver's seat, man. And
as
let's
which
get
I've
your
learned
story
everything
on record.
Let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I think like nobody really understands. You are a master and a guru at interviewing, at just asking questions. You know how to pull out the nitty and the gritty out of anybody.
Hey now, that's enough dick licking.
All right. Hey man,
I'm just trolling, man.
All right, go
hey,
ahead.
but you're right. I have amazing people skills. I am really good at what I do, and you are a person that understands it and makes the most out of our encounters. So I think that's a big part of what makes us us. But enough of that.
Right.
You just chill out, sir. This is Flo taking over.
I'm gonna step back.
But look what I found in the trash.
All right.
I have a lot of hard-hitting questions that the people want to know. But let's start with, how are you doing today?
Like I just said, I'm a little anxious. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little concerned. I'm all these other kind of things. I don't know. I'm just saying about the situation right now.
That's why I don't like light skin.
Okay.
But no. Okay. So that's fine. You're dealing with everything. Days are, I don't know, consistent here. Yes. Different. Yes. What do you like?
Days for me are consistent due to the fact of my mind is always focused on let's get to the goal, whatever the goal is, whatever the situation may be. We find a different purpose. So I just literally try to find purpose in everything.
So let me ask you this: what is it that makes you special in your estimation?
What makes me special? That's kind of a crazy question. That's one of those like put you on point. What makes me special, I believe, is I have an ability. My ability is to see the value in other people, right?
See the value.
It's a gift.
Everybody has value.
Everybody has value, but not too many people want to see the value in another person, right? Because a lot of times we're always so concerned about what we got going on, right? So therefore we never really see or take the time to be concerned about the next person.
So once you see this, seeing it is one thing, but what does that mean for them or you, or what do you do when you recognize, or how do you even extract that kind of insight?
When I see, okay, now understand this. So it's almost like you're mining for gold, right? And there is a way to, a lot of people did not know that you knew how to do poetry. Right, you never wrote a poem, so therefore you didn't think that you could write poetry. But you live poetry each and every day. So therefore, when you don't think that you have something special to give to another person or community, or a kind smile. A smile is a gift, right? A smile is a skill, because so many people walk around without even saying anything or whatever, but you could just smile and make my day brighter. But you didn't know that was actually a gift that you were unaware of. So especially in this situation that we are in right now, we are in an environment that devalues everything about you. And for instance, your past, your regrets, you live in all these type of fearful places and where you don't even know that you have anything to offer anymore.
So would you say awareness is the key when you recognize it, making them aware, making others aware? Like, what is the goal?
Yes, the goal is to make them aware first, right? Because a lot of time when you don't see it, other people don't see it, right? Because now you're walking no different than confidence, right? You could walk around. Confidence is a skill. Confidence is something that we possess, right? So therefore, when other people see your confidence, then it's more attractive.
I love that you say that, because I always preach that if the confidence is really yours, then no one can take it from you.
Nobody can take it.
You understand? I always talk about yelling at the sun or cussing at the sun. The sun don't care what you say. It's going to still be the sun. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into some more profound stuff. What motivates you? Like, what is the thing that gets you out of bed, keeps you going? You're a high energy dude. You are very social and, instrumental person in this whole environment. So how do you get up and get through each day with that kind of spunk?
What it does, and this is something that I've lived by. Purpose, right? What is my purpose in life, right?
Let's hear it.
So my purpose in life is the person next to me, right? So therefore, this is what I mean by that. I have a saying: the more that I think of you, the less that I think of me. So
say it again.
The more that I think of you, the less that I think of me. My worries and my concerns may stagnate me, because I'm literally and make me immovable towards anything else, because now I have to figure it out, and then I become stagnant. But it's easier for me to see somebody else, and you know how it is. People always say I can fix your problem, but I can't fix my own. Right? Or I'm already concerned about the next problem, right? So therefore, I'm on the outside looking in to the next person. So therefore, I'm able to now, I look at you and say, well, I see what you're going through, right? And since I have a compassion means to suffer with, right? So that's what it actually means. So if it means to suffer with you, right, then now your situation becomes a situation I need to basically handle or be concerned about. So the person, and this is the greatest time to start be concerned about somebody.
So is there a negative side? Because you caring for another person makes you care about yourself less, but couldn't that be a hindrance to you feeling good about yourself or giving yourself the amount of care?
Because you're always in movement, right? If that is your movement, if that is your purpose, right? If that is my driving mechanism, right? Then no different. Okay, think of your leg. So I'm gonna stomp my feet. I'm stomping my foot right now. It's because my feet are asleep. Right, not just because I'm a diabetic and I, have neuropathy, but to the point where your foot is always asleep. So I have to, if you're concerned, this is the reason why people stop helping anybody else, because their feet aren't asleep. Right? Understand what I mean by that? If I felt your situation has to become so impactful to me, right, that it becomes a part of me. right? You become a part of me, so that now I'm concerned about your situation because I feel it. If somebody says they feel you, I feel you. No, you don't. How do you actually say you feel me, right? How do you say it? 'Cause do you feel me? Right? Because I'm asking you, do you feel me? Sure. And you be like, man, I feel you. Yes. No, you don't, because when you walk away, you forget. You go back to your home. You go back to your situation. So you're not even worried about me no longer.
It sounds exhausting.
It's temporary.
It sounds so exhausting, and it sounds like, what if you have food and you give it all away?
Okay, no.
You
understand what
I'm saying?
That's once again, compassion means to suffer with. Right? So I'm not giving away all my food to the next person. No, I'm sharing the meal with you. Right? So now we're talking about sharing. Right? So now let me help you with the load. Right? No different. I mean, you think about it. If we are, until my leg feels like it's not asleep anymore, right? I'm not gonna do anything about it. Right? Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
Right? When you get to that concept,
right?
So when you're out of sight, you no longer are worried about the situation that you just said that you're feeling me about.
Right.
But because your feelings are temporary.
So it sounds like you put a lot of thought into this. Like, where does this come from? When did you find out that this was something that was in you and something that mattered to you? Like, what transpired? I mean, this is pre-prison. Prior to prison, prior to anything that has to do with prison, I've been on this journey of basically help, right? I've always wanted to help the next person, and I knew for a fact that there was something different about me, and more importantly, people's impact. People, for some reason, people come to me, right? And so I remember, this is so crazy. So I remember I was in seventh grade, and a situation happened at the school. And at the school that I attended at the time, and a boy got hurt. He got hurt outside. But when everybody, so all the kids, they came to me, they said, man, listen, Thomas got hurt, this, that, and the other, what are we supposed to do, right? So I remember going into the library, and I sat down in the library. Now, mind you, I'm in 7th grade, right? And I'm sitting on the couch in the library, and all these kids started coming in to come ask me, what should we do? Well, we're not talking about just the 7th graders. We're talking about the 8th graders. We're talking about people, even because I went to a private institution, right? Okay. So therefore, we go from K to 12, right? So now, not only did 7th grade and 8th grade come, but some 9th graders came, this, that, and the other, but they all were coming to me to basically ask me, like, basically, what is the next plan? So you were like, almost like a Mac rep back then. Like,
yeah, something like that.
All right, so what is it about you that makes you this leader or this person that folks want to lean on in a time of need?
Like, because we listen.
Okay.
I learned how to listen.
That might have been the best thing you said this whole time. That I agree. Listening is a superpower. And if you learn to listen effectively, supportively, then it can definitely revolutionize your relationships with people, the way you understand folks, and the way they approach you. Because a lot of times people just want to be heard. So I think that's very instrumental.
That's it. Okay, that's key. People just want to be heard.
Okay. So let me know about some of the
things.
Even
if I can't do about it.
You're passionate. I know you got many hats that you wear. People's person, ready to give it away in the sense that you're giving it while you're getting it. But what are you working on? Like, what are your passion projects? What are the things that you want to contribute to this community, to your family, to society?
My passion right now is Where My Pain.
Tell us what that is.
So Where My Pain is it's a movement, right? I don't want to limit it to it being a clothing brand, a sustainable clothing brand, right? I don't want to limit it to be something that's a product, because Where My Pain is not a product, it's a purpose, right? It's a unified vision of help. We are taking
vision of help.
Yes, because we are utilizing the talents of incarcerated artists in order to narrate the stories of hope, resilience, and struggle that transpire in all the prisons
Right.
of society.
Right.
Right. So what that means is, especially when you talk about prisons, right? Prisons are ambiguous in nature, right? I consider there's 6 different types of prisons. This is my thought process upon that, right?
Go ahead.
So to unpack that, what that means is this: there are locational prisons, such as the one that is holding us against our will right now, that we're about to get transferred
Right
on. That equally have an impact on our family members, right? Because people think that you go to prison. No, everybody goes to prison with you. My wife, my daughters, my son, everybody that has any type of situation that's connected to me,
Serving
they
time.
are in here. They're serving time too.
Got it.
So therefore, you have the locational prisons. Now you have the psychological prisons, right? Such as mental health awareness, illness, all these type of situations, right? You have economical prisons, such as the wage gap, such as poverty, such as another form of economical prison that our families have to go through because they have removed a provider
Breadwinner.
away from
Right.
the home, right? You have physiological prisons, such as cancer, such as health illnesses, right? You have sociological prisons, such as race, right? Such as the LGBTQ community, plus community, right? You have emotional prisons, right? Such as domestic violence,
Okay.
domestic abuse. You have emotional prisons, such as a bad relationship. Right, these are all the different prisons that people have to go through, and if during these prisons, we have to know that there is a key, right, that we need, and that support.
What does Where My Pain do for those prisons?
Where My Pain does, it creates an opportunity of support for other people. If I'm putting, this is the reason why our motto is put on a purpose, right? I'm putting you on.
What does that do for people when you put on?
It gives
their
them,
purpose?
it doesn't, okay, what would it do for you? Right? Think about that right now. What would that do for you? If you're going through a hardship right now, right? And I show up to you, right? And I have, for instance, there's one of the shirts that we have is for cancer awareness, and the picture on it is a guy drawing a picture inside of a prison cell, but he's drawing the cancer awareness symbol. You show up to the person that is struggling with cancer. You're a friend of yours, and you show up with that shirt on.
Let me challenge you on that.
Okay.
If I have cancer and someone's wearing a shirt that says cancer, that doesn't do anything about my cancer. So
No, but it shows the support. Everybody. Okay. For instance, let's go. This is so good. Listen to this one part, right? So if everybody knows the story of Job, for the most part, even atheists and other people that have heard the story of Job.
Right.
If anybody doesn't know the story of Job, Job was a man that lost everything in the Bible. It's in the Holy Bible. It's talking about Job, and he lost everything. Right? God challenged Satan to Satan challenged God that if you take everything away from Job, that he will lose everything, and he would denounce you and basically renounce you and not be a servant of yours any longer.
Right on.
God accepted the challenge, and he took it. Let Satan basically take everything from him. Right?
Okay.
Key point. After he took everything from him, his kids, his livestock, did this dude wrong. Right? Took everything, and as he was sitting down, his friends come to him, right? And this is the key point of Where My Pain. His friends come to him, and Job is basically sitting on the side of the street. His friends come to him, and they see him, and what do? They put on sackcloth, right? They ripped their clothes, right? First thing they did, they ripped their clothes and put ashes on their head. And when they put the ashes on their head, they came and sat down with Job, and they didn't talk for seconds. So according to their culture, they didn't say nothing. But the key point was they were showing their support. We're showing you, we're not telling you that I'm with you.
Right.
No, I'm coming to show you right now. I'm looking crazy as hell with this ripped up clothes and this ashes on my face and my forehead.
Right on.
But right now, dude, I need your help. I'm
Sounds
showing
like
you.
a big cat party. Hey, so if it kind of reminds me of having a visit.
Okay,
Somebody
come on.
saying that they want to come into this place to be with you, right?
Yes.
That kind of solidarity makes a person feel like what? There's hope.
Yes.
That
That there's
someone
hope.
cares, that someone knows I'm here, that
somebody gives a hell about me.
Maybe there's a reason for me to hang on a little longer or keep fighting because I have something
100%
support. So that's Where My Pain. What do you want the message of Where My Pain to be? Like in big picture, say the brand blows up and it's everywhere. What's the big takeaway that you would want society to have for Where My Pain?
That prisons, since prisons are ambiguous,
Right.
to know that everybody is suffering in one, and that there is help, that there is help and unity, that there is help and support. Showing people that there is a key. The key is support. The key is validation.
Okay.
Validate. All I need you to do is validate that what I'm going through.
Sounds like the opposite of what society's going through right now.
100%.
With the ICE raids and everything
100%.
else. That's beautiful.
Those are all prisons.
Right on.
Right? Those are all prisons. Race, immigration, all the things, sending you out. You don't think those people are inside of a prison right now? I'm not even talking about the detention centers.
I'm sure
no, I'm talking about the people that are going through hell.
Right. Traumatic experiences.
Yes, trauma.
Right.
Dude, it's insane what actually is happening to these people.
So inside of that trauma, if you have support, if you have recognition, if you have Where My Pain, what?
If you have recognition and you have Where My Pain, then you begin to feel the confidence to move on just a little bit further. Right? You begin to feel the courage that you were just lacking because nobody was seeing you. One of the greatest things there's 3 freaking words. I see you.
Right on.
I see you.
Ooh,
right?
I love that.
I see you. You're not invisible.
Yes.
Right? You're not invisible, you're not invaluable.
Did you come up with this concept while you were incarcerated?
I did for the Where My Pain. And let me tell you how that came about. So while I was it was my second year in, right? I've been down now 10 years. Right? So it was my second year in, and I saw it was a guy. So now mind you, I'm a writer, all these things prior. I have a talent, right? And as I'm writing, I'm doing devotionals and things of that nature. But all the other guys, I started asking these other guys, would you mind drawing my because people were drawing.
Right.
And I said, well, one of the things, especially for the economics in here, I asked one of the guys, can you draw my daughter a picture? And he drew this one beautiful picture that I saw and I ended up sending it to my daughter, and I was like, man, dude, there's some amazing talent in here. Then I started seeing other people.
Light bulb went off.
Yes, dude. Because I'm one of my mentor, his name is Leo Wisniewski, right? From Lock and Arms Men.
Shout out to Leo. Right on.
I used to send things to him, but I'm like, man, dude, if you only could see what I see, right? And he always said, man, I wish I could trade, not trade places, but I wish I could be in there to see what you see.
So let me stop you there. You've been doing this. You've been extracting the treasure. We get back to the podcast. We talk about finding buried treasure within these walls or just in people. What are some of the most interesting treasures that you've discovered in your time?
Shit.
That's beautiful. I appreciate that.
You are the treasure.
What does that mean?
What that means to me, okay, what that means to me is this. You have to understand, we create community, we create these bonds, right? In the military, they call them battle buddies. Right, I know that some of the Marines. Somebody told me about that. Right, you have these battle buddies, but now there's somebody there that's going to go through this with me. Right, so it's not just the talent. Right, and like I said, sometimes the smile is the greatest talent that you can have. Sometimes your encouragement, and what you do, you are the greatest. If encouragement can get a trophy or an Emmy or what is a Grammy or something like that, you would definitely get. You would be the first person to get it, right?
Don't worry. When I get free, I'm gonna put some money in your book. Take care of you, man. Making me sound real good in here.
I can use it.
Yes, sir.
But that's what I'm saying. So you are the treasure. You are the gold. If we are mining for gold, that's what nobody understands. There's a dude. I always said this before. There's a guy that takes plastic bags and he twisted them up. When I first started seeing, I saw it in the county.
Right.
And he takes these twisted bags, he twists them up and paints them, and he made this beautiful, like it was a rose necklace that he actually made out of it. And I was like, oh my God, right? Then I saw a dude take some soap, right? And then started crafting a face. And he put a beard on it. He did it, and he made it kind of look like myself, right? So I started seeing. I'm like, dude, if anybody, man, you know how much it's crazy, right? Then more importantly, we kept going on, and then it takes us to the point of, dude, this. When I learned how much value actually comes from what comes in from in here, right? For instance, let's just say this. A shirt, a blue shirt. We wear these blues.
Right on.
Right?
It represents us.
It represents
our
us.
uniform.
Yep.
Right on.
But this blue shirt costs about 10 cents to make.
Okay.
Right? Something like maybe 15 cents to make, right? So if it costs 15 cents to make, then you have people that are in here, right, that are wearing these shirts, but the people outside, right, understand, if you take this same shirt that costs 15 cents that is inside of this walls, right, and you send it outside today, right, how much will it be if I send it outside today and they buy it on the outside, right? So if they buy it on the outside and it's 15 cents in here, it'll cost $150. The people will pay $150 just to have this shirt outside.
Because they value prison culture? Because what?
Because of the enormous amount of actual you think about it, location.
Don't go there. Yes, but Taylor Swift signs a guitar and the value shoots up.
Yes.
Stuff comes from within the prison walls.
Because she's valuable to society.
So is it the people that they've thrown away, or is it just the fact that it came from this stigmatized
That's what it is. That's what it is. Because that just lets you understand that there's a niche, there's a desire, there's a want. Right? People don't, because nobody wants to come to this damn place, right? But they want to know what it's like. Why would you wear something? Why would you buy something?
TV shows.
100%.
Yes.
Right? Why would you buy something from this place like that? Why would you support anything that's coming from here? But some people just wanted to put it on the wall, right? Just to say, man, that's prison.
Well, they're not even really supporting the prison or the idea, but they just want a piece of what that prison represents. So you showing people's value and telling these stories is going to do what for the current state of affairs?
Change the narrative. Change the narrative, right?
From inmate to prisoner to
from prisoner to purpose, to prisoner to father, right?
Convict to
got it. But it's more to the point of convict to courage. Like basically, when you look at it, it gives the person the value back.
Restores their
value, their humanity. It gives them back. When people see these shirts and they see these, especially for the guys, understand all of our artists get paid, right?
So tell me about you have artists, artists that you have like contracted or people that you deal with to create the art for.
Yes. So I basically what we do is we put out the fillers. Now one of the guys, his name is Noah's Ark, right? So Noah's Ark is doing 95 to life right now, right? And so he is the one that had his matter of fact, if you go to the website www.wheremypain.com, you will see one of the art pieces has Noah. It's a guy inside of a cell and he's handcuffed to the cell.
Okay.
Right. That represented the prison of being in a prison. You're already in a cell, but you're handcuffed to the cell. Okay. Right. Denoting psychic prisons. Go ahead.
Psychic prison. No. So when you said within a cell of the cell, is that the incarcerated population being in other forms of prisons?
Yes. But it's not, and that's what I love about it, because art is subjective, right? It is interpretive.
We create the value. We give it the value.
100%, right?
That's everything in society, though.
Yes, and even though
white,
doesn't matter.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Good, bad, it's all subjective.
Yes.
Social constructs.
Social constructs.
Okay, let's stop there. tell me about your educational journey and what that's done for you, the way you kind of see yourself in the world.
My educational journey, since being incarcerated, at this moment, I've completed multiple associate degrees, and I have also graduated with my bachelor's from Pitzer College in organizational studies.
You got a bachelor's?
I have a bachelor's.
In prison?
Yeah, man. That's the thing. You do too.
That's right.
but the thing is that yes, and what that has done for us is because it's gave us the understanding that now not only with the credential, right, but it gives the evidence that we have what it actually takes, right, not only to return to society but to be a prominent member of society.
Education. Tell me.
Okay, let me. All right, let's. Education for me in prison. Like I said, I have a couple of associate degrees right now. I also have a bachelor's in organizational studies from Pitzer College, which is one of the most prestigious colleges in America. Also, we have completed different groups and facilitated groups inside of this situation, right? But the one key part is education is the killer of stagnation, right? And that's fact, right?
Say that again.
Education is the killer of stagnation.
Okay.
If you to have economic and social mobility, right? What that does is says this: when you get your education, especially with a bachelor, especially with credentials next to your name, you have to now pay me this, right? This is key, right? So and I try to push this out to children, my children included, right? Listen, if you want to work a regular job, that's fine. I'm not saying that that's not okay, right? But if that's where you're trying to be in life and to continue to work for somebody, I would suggest get some education behind you in order to make sure that. But listen, you have to pay me this. If you hire me at this level, right? There's some standard issued economics that is going to go along with that.
That's what society preaches, that there is value in having this degree, this shiny metal that can be put on your resume and possibly make you more money. But what I think is more important to me and maybe the listeners is, what is the educational journey within Pitzer?
Okay, within Pitzer,
what
that's
did it do
something
for
different.
you?
What
Not
it did
so
for
much
me,
what
what it
your
did-
market value is, but
Okay.
how you view yourself. What did you learn about yourself?
I hear you. What I learned about myself was that I didn't know everything. Right? It gave me. Go ahead.
Does that mean you had a point in your life where you felt like you knew everything?
I felt like I could make it. Right? I felt like no matter what, and I still do. I still feel like I can make it. And I'm still going to be able to, because I have a different type of mentality.
Sure.
Right? But
the differentest.
yeah,
the most differentest.
Yeah, but
that's right.
What it did for me is give me the opportunity to learn that, wait a minute, there is more to this than I thought. For instance, the understanding of standard English, right? Right? That what I learned from
literacy.
Literacy, right? And how it can be used how it's weaponized against people, and not just people, but marginalized people. Right? People that do not have the education behind it to know that, wait a minute, I should probably question and challenge everything. Right?
Language doesn't dictate intelligence.
No, it does not.
But if you come to this land with a different language, you are viewed as less than. Because you don't speak native tongue.
Yes. Right? Oh, and they can use it.
Right. And I remember them talking about, I was in that class with you, stripping away people's language.
Yes.
And what do you think that does to those members of society when they feel like their language is taboo and this is the right language, this is the standard, this is how I'm going to make it?
Now I'm not, because now you othered me. Right? So now that I'm other than means less than. Right? Because if you're not a part of the majority, right, and you're part of the minority, then there's differences.
So then there's pressure for those people to acclimate or kind of acquire or assimilate.
Yes.
To the greater majority, right?
To conform to your narrative. And to what I'm supposed to be. I have to now raise to your level as if I wasn't valued already.
What I love about what you do is you don't try to change or diminish or influence people's story.
Nope.
You tell them, you show them that they have value as they are. Right.
As is.
And I think that's probably one of the most important things that we can recognize on the inside is that we do have agency, that we do have power, that we do have value, and you are a person that embodies that. Because I see the way you move around this place and the way people respond to you and the influence that you have, and you're always working on something, but it's never for you. It's always for the greater good, for the greater majority, you know?
Yeah, because it's an opportunity. Right? And opposition creates opportunity.
Look at you, man. You always dropping these gems, man.
It does, bro. Yeah. If you ain't got no opportunity, then you must not have no opposition.
If you don't have no opportunity, then you're probably not using your eyes. You're probably not
100%.
Okay, so let's do this. Mr. Brown.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you a tough question. What is wrong with you? What are you challenging? What are you working on? You sound perfect. You're the people's person. You're giving everything away. You're making people's dreams come true, bringing visibility on the inside. But what do you struggle with? What are some of the things that maybe make your role in this whole thing difficult?
Sometimes I want to please everybody, right? And I find that is it puts a big hardship on me, because I can't stop until you're okay too, right? Or if for instance, and that's a weapon. People weaponize that against me, and I know that happens, right?
Take advantage of your kindness.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Right, but I'm aware of it, right? And when I'm aware of it, and that's when I try not to shut down, and I never want to, turn the tables or nothing like that, but I just want to make sure that everybody's okay. So that puts me in, sometimes it puts me in precarious situations.
Right on. I can attest to that, and I have seen some of the precarious situations that you mentioned. But you are a wizard at finding a way to solve those problems. Okay, so tell me, and we're going to end on this, tell me what you want to see happen for the movement within the next 5 years.
5 years. 5 years. What do I want to see happen for the Wear My Pain movement in the next 5 years? What my vision for Wear My Pain at this very moment is to mirror, yet offer a little bit of difference, as there's a company called Homeboys Industries, right? My vision is to offer that same type of avenues, right? But more focused upon the families, right? Because my children is my child.
Families? Right? All families?
All families. The families of incarcerated people and the marginalized, and the people that have suffered prison. Just think about system impacted. All the people that are system impacted. Right. The mission of Wear My Pain is through the median of incarcerated artists, right, in all of their facets, right, not only to return the value back to the artist, but also to provide therapeutic support for children and families impacted by incarceration, mass incarceration, and all incarceration included.
Man,
right?
I appreciate you for letting me get behind the driver's seat and give the people a peek inside of what you are, why you are. That purpose and passion, I think, comes through like in everything, and your use of language is just so masterful. But you do more than just advocate and create movements and merchandise and just change for people. You also are a very accomplished artist in every facet of the word. Can you give the people a little something that's on your spirit, something that's in your mind? I know I put you on the spot, but Just
What
give them a little taste.
Okay. I love spoken word, and I've given this one some really conscious thought. And thank you for this opportunity. I want to say that too. But one of the spoken words that I'll do this one. It says, cry for me, let your eyes tell my story. It is a miserable existence, being falsely accused and wrongly convicted. You did it. That's what the conviction says. It doesn't matter how many people actually know the truth. You're part black and in prison. So strip off that orange and exchange it for blue. Fudge, that is some bitter colored fruit. Slowly slipping is my sanity. Loosely gripping is my humanity. I am a person in this prison, yet this prison is in this person. I tried to keep the two separated, but that's impossible. The term death rate for my condition is labeled highly probable. I said, is that a prison or an actual statistic? I used to use books to sharpen my mind, but now I find myself sharpening knives in order to not get booked. Learning these terms can save your life. I took my time to learn these prison terms. Even their sign language is their own. When just yesterday I shockingly read that you are never going home. I said, damn dude, I've never even met you. Deep breaths and deep prayers. Sleep less and beware. You don't know them, but they know you. Oh, you that pastor, right, they say. You better closely watch their hands and their eyes, because I highly doubt they want to pray. Please, Lord, increase my faith. Please, Lord, increase my faith. Please, Lord, increase my faith. I have to remember these things, and I have to remember these terms, and I have to remind myself when looking in the mirror. I said, wait, your name is Terry Brown. You got a beautiful wife and 4 beautiful daughters, a son, and a life you can be proud. Not a bad comic can be found. You got a multitude of supporters who all stand on solid ground. So when the times get rough, tilt your head to up, move forward and don't back down. Again, move forward and don't back down. Again, move forward and don't back down. Adapt and overcome.
Terry Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, that's right.
Thank you, bro.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Flo.
Thank
I mean
you
that.
for everything that you are and everything that you do, man. It's been a real honor and a privilege to witness, and I can't wait to see what you do next, my
Man,
brother.
let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's where my pain, where broken ain't the end, it's the beginning. Where throwaways become masterpieces. We don't just survive in here, we shine in spite of it. You hear that? That's the sound of somebody they tried to bury. Still breathing.